Hi, I'm Sean Conlon. I'm the host of The Deed Chicago, and today we're at Bertha's property, which is in the Roscoe Village neighborhood of Chicago. It's in the Bell School District, which is considered one of the best school districts possibly in the country. You can hear the kids screaming in the background, and people tend to pay a premium to live in this neighborhood. If you look at the house, it's got a fantastic brick and limestone facade on it. One of the issues we had to address when we first came here was that the mason had abandoned ship basically, so we had to redo the limestone steps, which I think turned out really nice. And the door has a narrative all of its own. So we'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But first, let's take a stroll inside. Okay, so now we're on the first floor of the home, and obviously it's the living room. And what I just came through is that spectacular door that cost the best part of $17,000 that got shipped in from Guatemala. It makes a great statement when you come in, but obviously not the cheapest door I've ever seen. There was one other thing we had to address in the home, and interestingly enough, when they did the build out, they forgot to run a gas line for the fireplace. So we had to rip out the walls, run the gas, and then put in the fireplace, which is quite a vocal point for the room. But I think you'll probably agree it was something we should have done. And all in, the room flows really beautifully. It's really nice. It's a very nice living space. And I think it turned out really well. Now we're going to go on through to the kitchen. Wow, this space really turned out fantastic. One of the first things we had to address in here immediately was we had an issue with the windows. They had used some commercial grade windows which were not appropriate for the space. We had to rip them out and replace them, and obviously it made such a huge difference. But overall the space is just spectacular now. And the kitchen is unbelievable. It's turned out complete state of the art. Obviously the appliances are top of the line. If you look at these, I mean, they really are great. And the one other thing that we did that made a huge difference here, Bertha had picked out a marble countertop for this, but it doesn't wear well, it stains. This is a Calcutta quartz, which basically costs less and wears really well. And if you take a look at it, it really works so well in the space. All in all, it just is a fantastic kitchen. It really, really turned out great. Now we're going to go and take a look at the basement. We had several issues there that were quite serious we had to address, and I'd like to show you what we did down there. Okay, now we're in the basement. And it's hard to tell it's a basement because it's so light with all of these windows. It's turned out fantastic. When I first saw this, it was a complete mess. There was water everywhere. What was interesting too, the gas and water main were exposed here. So we built this really nice bench, which looks good. It's practical, you can use it, and it hides all the pipes that are coming off the street. The other point of concern down here when I first came here was, other than it was flooded like an Olympic swimming pool, was we had a lot of mold in this wall here. So we had to cut it out. We cut out all the drywall. We sealed all the walls. We dug trenches either side of the home to address that. And we also figured out then after the fact that the contractor had forgot to turn the sump pumps on back there, which is why it was also flooded. But all in all, it turned out really fantastic. It looks great. I'm really pleased with it. The last thing I'd like to show you is the master bedroom. So we'll take a walk up there and we'll conclude our tour. Okay, now we're in the master bedroom. I don't know if you could tell, but not only is it a walk-in closet, but it's a walk-through closet, which makes for some incredible closet space. The other feature in this room that's fascinating and incredibly bling is the diamond encrusted light fixture, which is another one of Berta's unique decisions, which works nicely. Another thing I really like about this master bedroom are the windows either side of the bed and the really beautiful western light you get out of this here. All in all, it's a very beautiful master bedroom. It's probably a very nice place to wake up in. And that concludes the tour of Berta's house. I hope you love it as much as I do. I think it just ended up being a fantastic home.